What's going on, YouTube? So today in this video, I just want to talk about the biggest financial mistake that I've ever made in my 20s. So right now I am 26 years old. I'll be turning 27 next month. I graduated college when I was 25, and I did something very stupid while I was still in college. So long story short, I've always been a car guy. I've always loved cars, and specifically trucks, SUVs, pickup trucks, vans. I've always loved like big trucks. And for the longest, I always said, I'm gonna buy me an SUV, I'm gonna buy me an SUV. And when I was in my last semester of college, I just so happened to be looking through Car Gurus, and I found this 2019 Ford Expedition, a vehicle that I always wanted ever since I'd seen it at the auto show. It was priced well below the market price. It was priced at $35,000. This was back in 2022. It was a 2019 Ford Expedition Max, and it was priced at $35,000 at Car Gurus. I had it in my mind, I'm gonna buy this today. I've been holding off for years. I've always wanted a big truck. I have been driving like a little small car. I'm gonna buy this today. That was my mindset. So I went to that dealership with like $2,500 in my bank account, literally. And I test drove the vehicle, it ran fine and everything, but here's the catch. It had 101,000 miles on it. That's why it was priced so low. But by the time they finished all the documentation, the final price came out to $46,000, which was $11,000 more than what it was priced at on Car Gurus. And that's when I realized car dealerships can upcharge you. Not only that, of course, I have to pay taxes. $35,000 truck is going to be like $35,000 to $4,000 in taxes. But then another additional $6,000 to $7,000 upcharged by the dealership. But I was just so anxious to buy it because I wanted it so bad. I ended up putting $1,500 down for a down payment, signed the paperwork, and drove off the lot. And my payment came out to $771 a month. That screwed me because I was still in college working state minimum wage and I wasn't making a lot. So I ended up registering my vehicle for Uber. It qualified for Uber XL, so I started driving Uber just to pay it off, just to pay the note because I couldn't afford it. Fast forward, I graduate college, I get a job, paying like $50,000 a year. Here in Chicago, that's not really a lot. When you take into account the taxes and everything. So I was making $50,000 a year, and I was able to comfortably afford that vehicle, but I was still living at home with my mom. That was the problem. I could pay the vehicle off, the insurance was really high, and because I live in the city, but if I was to try to get me an apartment or somewhere to live, that was not happening because I couldn't afford it. This has affected me in my real estate aspirations because I just wasn't thinking while I was in college. I always had goals to buy real estate, start a business, trade stocks. I was a finance major in college, so I'm really a numerical person. I'm all about, financial freedom and building wealth. And I knew that was one of my goals. And I always was like, I had a mentality of delayed gratification, but I should have delayed it long enough where I could comfortably make a nice down payment on it where my vehicle wasn't, costing so much. I should have bought a vehicle way lower mileage because here's the thing, that vehicle has given me nothing but problems ever since I bought it from the dealership. So not only was I paying out of pocket my car note, almost $800 a month, I was paying like $300 something for insurance. Obviously the gas money, a big truck like that, I think it's a 26-gallon gas tank, so that costs money. Imagine how much it costs to fill that up. It gave me nothing but problems ever since I bought it. So the first thing is 2 weeks after me getting it, like I said, it had 101,000 miles on it when I bought it like a dummy. The check engine light came on, and I ended up having to get the driver's side catalytic converter replaced. Then I had to get the rear differential replaced. Then I had to get the water pump replaced. Then I had to get the cam phasers replaced. And then I ended up having to get a brand new transmission, which recently I just got. Luckily, I paid for an extended warranty, and they were able to help out with a lot of that stuff, but I did come out of pocket quite a few times, and it just was just so overwhelming. And yeah, like I'm still making that payment. I'm planning on refinancing the vehicle eventually so that I can, you know, like free up my finances and everything. I'm able to comfortably pay it off now, but it just was a big stupid mistake, and I feel like a lot of us can, you know, sometimes make bad decisions like that and it'll affect us. But with that being said, I've said all of the bad. One thing that me buying that vehicle forced me to do was level up. So I feel like I would have just settled for like a $50,000 job with a finance degree, knowing that there's jobs out there paying $70,000+ entry level, you know, straight out of college. And when I was in college, I worked as a student accounting assistant. So I had, you know, experience for 4.5 years before even graduating. So I had enough experience to give me a good paying job. And I feel like I would have just settled for a $50,000 salary and just, you know, stayed at that company and just continued working there and, you know, not making a lot of money. And it forced me to level up, and I still have a growth mindset where I want to continue leveling up. But obviously, like I said, like the cons to me buying that vehicle is all of the money that I've been putting into it and paying, you know, towards the insurance and the car note. Could have been money that I've used towards investments, you know, building my future brand and building, you know, my finances to buy real estate and all of that. But it's a learning experience for me. It's one of the biggest learning experiences for me. And what it's taught me is to not just go make a split decision like that without even weighing the pros and cons and knowing all the details. It taught me that dealerships can actually upcharge you, and putting a small down payment on a vehicle that expensive can really screw your finances. It's like you know, first getting it, I just was like trying to stay above water. Now I'm able to comfortably pay it off, but it was a hassle. It's still slightly a hassle, but not as much. But I just want to share that video with you guys to show you, like, continue delaying gratification. Accomplish the goals that you have financially first. Build your finances, build your savings before you go making large purchases like that, because anybody who wants to start a business or buy real estate or, you know, get into the stock market, you know, it takes money, and you don't want your money tied up in a liability when it could be, you know, used for an asset. So that's my video, guys. Stay tuned for more videos, and thank you for watching.